Okay, I'm recording now. Speaking of which,
Yeah.
I'm gonna read you a joke or two from 3,500 good jokes for speakers.
For speakers, like
For
just people.
I'm speaking, so this works.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I got an awful fright the day of my wedding. I know. I saw her. He saw her. That was the fright. It was his wife.
Cause she's ghoulish. Halloween.
Women are ugly, am I right?
Oh.
All right. I want some arsenic for my mother-in-law. Have you a prescription? No, but here's her picture.
Wait, arsenic?
Arsenic. He's gonna poison his mother-in-law.
Why would you get a prescription for arsenic?
Dude, this was written in like 64, so I have no idea what shit was like back then. You could get like speed over the counter. Like, have you heard of ammules? Like, they were like legalized fucking like aerosol speed and fucking like they were just like heart medication that just made you high out of your fucking mind. You can just get them anywhere for any reason. You're just like, hey, I got a heart, and they're like, oh here, have some fucking speed, dog, and you're like, whoa.
It's like, I got a headache. Oh, here, take this asbestos and heroin until you feel better.
I'm gonna skip past all these marriage jokes. These are stale.
Those are the stale ones. Yeah.
The state is abandoning the electric chair. Henceforth, criminals will have to cross Times Square against the light. That's a traffic joke. That's a jaywalking joke for you. They'll have to...
Wait, they have to do what?
Cross Times Square against the light, which means they'll have to, like, jaywalk in Times Square.
And I'm surmising that means that there's a significant risk of them, like, being hit by cars?
Yeah, back then.
Okay.
I think. Like, now it's like, I mean, pedestrians, like, kind of have... Especially in Times Square, it's like a walking mall, almost.
Yeah. Wow, that's like, man, I love humor that doesn't age well.
Oh, that's like all humor.
Yeah,
but
most
especially
humor.
This shit. Here we go. Here's a Christian joke.
Okay.
The angel was taunting the devil. Hey, devil, said, we're putting on a great show up here. Yeah, said the devil. Where you gonna get actors from, though?
I'm only laughing because of your devil voice.
That's actually not a bad joke. It's like all the good actors are in hell because they're all miscreants and gay.
Yes, big gay,
yeah.
Big gay.
Theater gay, if you will. We are theater gay. I'm not an actual gay. I'm a thespian gay.
Thespian's just another word for gay, right?
I just give stagehand jobs.
Wow.
All right, so let's start this podcast then.
Okay. Hey, I'm
Spencer.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right.
Pull this up. All right.
Hey, I'm Spencer.
And I'm Britt.
Since 2011, Buckethead has released 283 albums in his Pikes series, and we're going to listen to them.
3 at a time.
This is Getting Head, a Bucketcast. All right. Hey, what's new? What's happening? How you been? Actually, it has legitimately been a minute since I talked to you. So, how you doing?
Yeah. I'm doing pretty well. Just hanging out, just having fun. Number one. I don't know.
All killer, no filler, right?
Lots of filler. I mean, life. Like, the further
like
you get into your 30s...
Like pie filling?
No, like, the further you get into your, like, late 20s and 30s, the more you realize, like, life is basically an all-filler album.
Oh, yeah,
it's like
it's all like just, like, interludes, right? Like
Yeah, it's like a movie with just, like, just, like, establishing shots is mostly what the movie is. And you're just like, that's what I'm gonna go do. All right. and then that's it.
Oh, totally. Yeah, you wake up, you listen to podcasts, you drink coffee.
Oh, I listen to a bunch of podcasts. Yeah,
you listen to Buckethead.
And if you're listening, I hope you're listening to Gettin Head right now. I hope you're
saying this to no one. We're recording this right now. You're saying it to me, I guess.
I'm hoping that someday someone will listen to this.
You love to hope it.
Maybe. You hope to.
You hope to love it.
You hope to hope it. Really,
sure.
That's where we're at this point. Is I hope to hope. like the Obama years, I was like, hope and change. That's cool. And now I'm like, oh, change isn't gonna happen, but I can have hope. And now I'm just like, I hope someday I can have hope again. And so I have to hope for hope.
Yeah. I want desperately one day for hope to be given to me again. The ability to hope, Yeah. It's hard. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about a bucket fact, dog?
Oh, hit me with that bucket fact. Bucket fact.
Yeah. So Buckethead is a huge fan of basketball.
Okay.
And basketball's going big right now. I think they're in the playoffs or something. Maybe they're in the finals. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't think basketball's happening right now. It's winter.
No. Well, they were doing the dome thing. You hear about that, yeah?
No.
They were. Oh well, it's a huge.
I don't know anything about sports.
Okay, so
wait, how
are
sports happening right now? Doesn't everybody have COVID?
Because of COVID, everyone's taking a different approach, and different people are failing in different ways. Like football just had their first big hit because of COVID, because one team got a ton of people with it on there.
Nice.
Baseball has had some gaffes. Basketball has done surprisingly well because what they've done is they created what's called the bubble.
I heard about this.
Yeah, and they in Orlando, Florida, in Disney World, they they have a ton of stadiums there already, so they just housed all of these folks there, and
making them battle against each other.
Yeah, and apparently, I think Russell Westbrook, I want to say, left like an $8,000 tip to the staff there, which I think is fucking classy.
Yeah, that's pretty classy as fuck. I remember that.
Yeah, and he actually wrote a letter to him too. And I think writing a letter is even classier.
That is a very classy move. Yeah.
Also, giving him a bunch of money is very classy to the working class.
Absolutely.
So, cheers, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
If you have any cool shoes, I'm going to buy those motherfuckers. You heard? You heard.
I heard. Totally. Well, that was a great bucket fact.
No, actually, no. I want to expand on this bucket fact.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
all right.
Yeah.
What
So, he's a huge fan of basketball, especially Michael Jordan, and which is evident in that he made an album called Happy Birthday MJ23, which is Michael Jordan's basketball number.
Wow. Is that one of the Pikes?
No, I don't know, actually. It might be.
Oh my goodness, I'm excited.
He oftentimes wears a Michael Jordan jersey on stage, and he has songs called Jumpman, which is Michael Jordan's nickname.
Yeah.
And he also has a song called Jordan.
Do you think he wears Jordans?
Oh, definitely.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, he's seems like the type.
Oh, definitely. 100 motherfucking%. Dude has at least the classics and the flu games. He's got at least the base models. He's got some probably Air Force Ones here and there. Dude probably has he's tall and lanky as fucking weird shape, so he's probably wearing size 16 shoes, so it's gonna be hard for him to get shoes. And Jordan is one of the few shoes out there that makes size 16, so he's probably rocking lots of motherfucking Jordans.
Wow, yeah, I like that deductive reasoning right there.
Yeah,
truly.
Yeah. But he also one of the songs we've actually listened to so far, called "Crack the Sky," off of the third Pike, I believe.
I don't remember. I don't remember anymore.
Wait, one sec. Let me go back here.
I'm just say it's the fifth Pike.
Actually, no, it's actually the very first one. It's on. It's alive.
Shit.
It's a track 2, track 5, "Crack the Sky."
Damn, I was really wrong.
So that one specifically is about what's his name? Not Michael Jordan, but another basketball player from the Detroit Pistons, a power forward named Blake Griffin.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is that a power bottom?
Oh God. So power forward. So there's 5 positions in basketball, right? So you got the point guard, you got the shooting guard.
All right.
You got the power forward, you got the center, and and you got the small forward. And so the way it goes is usually like the center is the big man. Yeah.
Okay.
So you got like Wilt is still fucking Shaq. Shaq is, prototypical motherfucking big man.
He's a big man.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like usually you got your biggest, strongest guy in the center because he's driving through making dunks. Then you got the power forward, which is like a stockier kind of guy who takes a similar position to the big man, usually kind of more of a bully. I want to say Rodman was the power forward, and
you should look that up before you commit to it. We're not good at sports.
I want to think. Who else has been a power forward? Fucking Karl Malone was definitely a power forward. Yeah.
Carl Sanders. Wait.
Karl Malone.
He was in Nile, right?
Then you shut up. Then you got the shooting guard, which is I don't know. They play the outside. They play a lot of defense on the 3-pointer and the shooter. So you usually got like a quicker, bigger guy on that. And so it depends though, because like Magic Johnson was definitely a shooting guard, and Steph Curry is like the new type of shooting guard.
Okay.
Like the guy who never really makes it, near the basket.
I've heard like some of these names.
Steph Curry is he's on the Golden State Warriors. He's the king of motherfucking 3-pointers.
Okay.
And he's like changed basketball because he's made it way more about 3-pointers than about big dudes putting dunks in. Yeah.
Okay.
Then you got shooting guard. No, I use shooting guard. What haven't I hit on? Oh, small forward. Small forward is usually like the shortest guy on the team, quickest guy on the team, usually too. LeBron is the only one I know of that's a small forward. Usually it's just short guys who don't like really go down in history.
Okay.
And then like MJ, you got the point guard.
Okay.
Point guard is something different. Like point guard is oftentimes like your most defensive player, but sometimes it's a guy like MJ who can just make insane dunks from the outside. Like make dunks from the 3-point line, like flyers. Like not just the big man, but the fucking agile, crazy motherfuckers. And the point guard is like the real wild card in a team. Like if you have a great point guard, it's going to make your team. If you don't have a great point guard, it's not going to matter too much if you got a good center, good shooting guard, good power forward.
Okay. You've been reading about basketball or something? What's going on with this? This is the first we've ever talked about basketball. Like, literally. I've known you for, 16 fucking years? I don't think we've ever talked about basketball.
Dude, I'm 6'4". I have to be in
Okay. That's fair.
You've seen my shoe collection.
That is true. There's basketball adjacent shoes in there, for sure.
I have so many. Like, I've got, 3 or 4 pairs of LeBron Soldiers alone.
All right.
I've got 4 pairs of Jordans. So,
all right.
I'm
clearly you're legit. All right, is that legit? I don't know if that's legit. Some of the kids that I work with talk about shoes sometimes, and they're like, "Yeah, I got 55 pairs of shoes." I'm like, "What? What's happening? What is your life?"
You've literally walked into my apartment and seen.
No, I know you got a lot of shoes, but
No, I've got literally 48. Plus, I've got 55 pairs on display right now.
Okay.
In my house. And I gave 20 pairs of shoes to Scott a year ago. I've still got 30, 40 pairs of shoes in my storage unit.
You gave me a pair of shoes.
Yeah. Oh, I gave you an amazing pair of shoes.
I know, I love those shoes. I only wear them on special occasions, but they're my favorite shoes.
You should wear them more often. They're super, super durable. Dude.
Yeah, they're really, really cool. I super like them. Yeah. If I wear them more regularly, I'll have to get inserts for them, though. Pretty bad, but they're awesome. They look awesome. I really love them. They're rad. I liked wearing them when I was playing shows. I felt very fancy. I only actually got to wear them to one show, but the show that I wore them at, this one drunk dude, knew what they were, and he thought I was so fucking cool, and wouldn't he followed me around the whole night, it was this guy's got the Ricks, man, and I was all right.
That's so sick.
It was pretty funny.
So sick with the Ricks, dog.
It was pretty funny.
So sick with the Ricks.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you wanna get into these albums?
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, hit me. We first. I took notes this time. I took notes.
Excellent.
I know.
Excellent.
I'm a fancy note boy.
Extensive notes, as usual.
Yeah.
Someday I want to like publish my notes because they're gonna be.
I think we should include our notes in the show notes. Yeah.
I'd be
like
down.
so. I'm gonna build us a website, and then we'll.
Yeah,
throw
you want to do like a references
Yeah.
and show notes website? That'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just like add links to stuff that we talk about.
Yeah, and
then,
so when
like,
you're wrong about
so
basketball, I can just link to.
I'm not wrong about basket, except for maybe Dennis Rodman. I know every single other one of those people were exactly in that position that I said they were. Dennis Rodman was a guess.
Sure.
Dennis Rodman was definitely a guess. Like he's, yeah. I don't think he's a center. Although he might have actually been the center on that team because he is a pretty big guy. I might be wrong. Okay.
You might be right. I don't know.
I said power forward. He could be center. I'm actually gonna look this up right now.
All right. Well, anyways, let's talk about the albums. We looked that up. We listened to 3 albums this week. The 7th, 8th, and 9th in the Pikes series. Starting with Pike number 7, Shores of Molokai.
Okay. Whoa. So I'm sorry. Dennis Rodman started as a small forward, but then became a power forward. So I was right. Definitely a power forward.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He transitioned to that. He became that. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. All right. Good to know.
Good to know.
Great.
Good to know.
Great to know.
Excellent. I made an educated guess. Turns out, mildly educated.
Cool to listen to you sucking your own dick, but like, let's move on.
I removed 2 ribs to do it, dog.
Yeah, you did. We know. It is known. Wait. So that's
baby back.
Wait, so the Marilyn Manson thing. We got to talk about that. That's not real, right? Or is it?
Correct.
Like, I don't know.
No, it's 100% not real.
Okay.
Like, I mean, if you look at him, and like that wouldn't help you like be more flexible. Like honestly, like I used to be able to kind of suck my own dick.
Kinda, or really, what do you mean by kinda? Like you could lick the tip?
I was able to like stick the head in the mouth.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
How was that?
It's all right. It's like uncomfortable for the body though.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable. I was able to lick the tip once, and
yeah,
like I was like, I felt very like
penis. But like it feels bad to the rest of the body, and so you're like, maybe I'll just like, talk someone else into doing this for me,
right?
Yeah, and my back won't hurt then, not nearly as much. So, and really, in your 30s, life just becomes about minimizing back pain more than anything.
Oh yeah, ain't that the truth? Do you think there's somebody out there who's experiencing like severe back pain simply because of trying to suck their own dick too much or actually succeeding?
Absolutely. Yeah. And like, they're just addicted to sucking their own dick. And like, are you drinking a tall boy White Claw?
Yeah. I'm drinking a tall boy White Claw.
So what flavor you got?
I got mango, bro.
Okay. I'm a black cherry.
Yeah, so honestly, like I prefer black cherry, and that's what I wanted. But the gas station I went to get this, which is the only place you can get tall boy White Claws, they only had mango, which is okay because mango I think is like a really it's a good White Claw flavor.
It's fine
if you're being real. I want to try Truly. I haven't tried Truly.
Truly's good. So
I don't know.
Odd confession. You know what the best of those like alcoholic seltzers is, in my opinion?
Hit me.
Actually, there's two.
Is it Bud Light Seltzer?
Oscar Blues makes the best one by far.
I didn't know they made one. Oscar Blues is
great. They make several of them, and they're super fucking amazing. We sell them at my work, and they're great. They're only like $2 a piece too. Really great. But other than that, the one you can get like nationwide that's super easily accessible. Bud Light Seltzer.
Dude, the Catalina Lime Mixer.
It's pretty,
which is a great name for a beverage. I like that one a lot, actually. I like that it's 6% as opposed to White Claw's 5%. I think that's quite nice. But also,
and it tastes kind of the same.
Those cans are huge. Like one of those gets me fucking.
They're like 24. Yeah,
dude, one of those gets me drunk. Like I'm like vibing hard after one of those.
Sick dog.
As the kids say.
Yeah.
Vibing. So actually, like the other day I was texting someone and I said, Yeah, I'm a little drunk and super high, or vibing, as the kids say. And I wasn't sure if that was funny. I think it's not.
It is not.
It sounds like I'm an old crotchety man.
A little bit.
But I guess I am a little bit that. I don't know.
Vibing doesn't necessarily mean that.
No, it definitely doesn't, but it can mean that, right? You know, it's open to
vibing is very ubiquitous. It's like
you're just feeling it, you know?
You're
just
it's whatever you want it to mean. It's like, hey girl, you want to vibe? And then they're like, yeah. And then you try to kiss her and she's like, I thought we were going to do the New York Times crossword from today. That's what I mean by vibe. And I'm like,
yeah,
what?
Sometimes that's somebody's vibe. I listened to one of my coworkers talk to a customer about anime for about a half an hour today. And
they were vibing.
They were vibing, and I was not vibing. Let me tell you. Whatever the opposite of vibing is.
I mean, there's some anime I definitely very much like, but like, I can't really talk anime in general because I only like very specific anime. And if someone's like, oh yeah, what about this? I'm like, all right, you lost me already.
Yeah.
I know Trigun. That's it.
So you know what's funny?
We can talk DBZ, Trigun. I don't Sailor Moon. Like, I don't know too much.
My coworker's conversation was very much like that. It was like he was talking to this girl and he was like, have you seen this? And she was like, no, I like this. And like it was great. They had a conversation. No, they were vibing though. They did get along. They were talking about the anime, the Japanimation, if you will. And it was okay, you know. Whatever. Yeah. To each their own, you know.
They were having a conversation.
They were vibing.
We live in a conversociety.
I'll grant you that. You can have it.
I'll take it.
Get it.
I'll take what I can get.
It's get it.
It's get it. All right. Anyway, so Shores of Molokai. Pipe
is it Molokai or Molokai
7.
I? Like, I guess there's not two I's. It's Molokai.
Yeah.
Molokai. I've never been there. I've flown over Molokai multiple times, but I've never been there.
I don't even know what Molokai is.
It's an island of Hawaii, bro. Island of Hawaii.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is the leper island. It's where they used to send all the lepers, bro.
Are you talking about like Molokai or something?
No, I'm talking about Molokai. Just Google Molokai.
Is it Molokai?
Yeah, it's just Molokai.
Oh, I didn't research Molokai. Oh yeah, I guess Molokai.
They used to send all the lepers there, bro. The leper colony, man. Molokai. Pretty cool.
Oh no, it is Molokai. Like that's how you pronounce it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. So maybe it is, the shores of Molokai. I didn't even, it's spelled that way though.
Yeah, totally.
So anyway, this I don't know. What were your general impressions of this album?
Okay, I liked it. I'll be honest. I actually liked all three of these albums. I thought that they were all pretty okay, pretty fun.
Yeah.
I thought that so I thought that Shores of Molokai. How do I say it?
Molokai.
I thought that this one was pretty diverse, and it started off pretty fun, and it kept that energy. I thought it jumped around a little bit in some ways that I enjoyed. One thing that I really liked about it was that the shredding was really restrained. Like
the shredding was pretty restrained.
There wasn't a ton of like wheedly moments, and it was like a lot of like melodic leads, and like that's where I think that Buckethead really shines is when he's writing like. And there were a lot of riffs in this album where I listened to him and I was like, oh, that's actually a pretty cool riff. Like I like that riff a lot, and like so. I enjoyed it. There were some cool guitar moments and some groovy riffs, which I don't know. I don't think we've heard a lot of thus far. So it's like hearing him do some grooves was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was all right. Like it was. I thought it was a solid Buckethead outing. It was restrained in the shredding though, and that really like kicks it up in my opinion. Like that gives it. I have more respect for that album because of the restraint than I do like some of the albums we listened to last week.
Yeah. So, I don't know, coming into this album, like it starts off with like an intro with like shore noises, you know, to make it like, you know, to actually tie it into a theme, which is cool.
Them's the shores.
It doesn't really, he doesn't really revisit that idea at all at any point, which is fine.
It's instrumental music. What can you do?
Yeah. But you know, it leads into the next track, which is, you know, noticeably like on this album, from at least the beginning of the album, like the drums are way better mixed.
Oh, for sure.
Like
and the drum programming
the bass,
feels better as well.
The bass drum is way punchier. Yeah, so one thing I noticed, especially like starting on this album, you get a lot more snare drum.
And double kicks.
All of the previous albums, on all of the previous albums, you actually get a bomb blast or two in this album, which I found surprising.
Yeah.
He actually like does a couple blast parts, which I was like, interesting.
But
there were bomb blasts, like 30-second or 30-second notes on like the bass drums, and then like do. Yeah, no, he definitely does bomb blasts, not actual like power blasts.
Yeah, I think that happens in like the second song. There's some really fast double kicks.
Yeah. And then, in one of the later songs too, like there's 2 bomb blasts on this album that I actually wrote down, and I was like, well, that was super interesting.
Yeah.
But the drums are a lot punchier. He definitely like actually, I don't know if he actually put like a high pass filter on the drums before.
Like, how do you mean?
Now,
how do you mean?
Like before, the bass drums took up way too much room in the mix a lot of the time. There was like way too much bottom end to the bass drum, and it didn't punch at all.
Interesting.
It was more of a thud than a do, you know, like a punch. And starting on this album, at least for the first half of the album, in the second half of the album, I feel like he goes kind of back to the old drum samples, but when he's actually using real drum samples in the first half of the album, it's pretty punchy.
Yeah, it is really punchy, and like I feel like this section of 3 like are very like kindred almost, in the sense that like they all feel like they are somewhat similar in the sense that like they've got really punchy drums. They're kind of energetic. I feel like they're a little bit quicker than some of the stuff that we've heard before. It's definitely like it's a marked slight change. Like it's not like huge, but it's like it's noticeable.
Yeah, so one thing I definitely noticed that really ties all of these 3 albums together is he gets a new electronic sample pack. That's like, I don't know if you like, he uses it like 4 times on each 3 of the albums. It's like that kind of breakish sounding sample pack with like the very abrupt snare drum.
Sure. Oh, okay. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
The
he uses it on like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I liked the use of electronic drums in this.
No, he uses it a lot. And
there were a couple songs like that reminded me of Ministry a little bit, like, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, sure. Like Buckethead playing Ministry stuff. I'm into it.
Yeah. The 5 Masters of Decapitation, track 3 off here, was super Ministry.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then it does like this envelope filter thing, and then it ends, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then the next song after that, like he almost gets into like trap at points with his drum programming.
He definitely like feels like he's kind of like finding his voice for drums. Like I definitely like enjoyed the drums in this section of records. Like I thought that they were fun. They added a lot to the music, which is cool. Like I feel like, I don't know. I enjoyed this record. I feel like it's one of the better ones.
It parts. There was a couple songs like track 8, Smile Without a Face, was like literally just like a clip show of every single song he's made before this. It was like a lot of like like a lot of just wah and like phaser guitar, and it was kind of like lots of kill switch playing. Not my favorite. But you know.
So a song I liked a lot from this record was Henry's New Home. And I'll be honest, I didn't write down what I liked about it. I just took a picture of the song playing when it was playing, and I was like, I enjoyed that song. I don't remember.
I'll tell you what you enjoyed about it. It's got a really sick beat, and it's using the sample pack from like tracks 2 and 3 also, or no, I think just track 3. The melody for the first like minute of the song is played entirely on bass. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah, right.
And it kind of sounds like guitar. and it's like this cool kind of like slapping. It's not his usual slapping pattern though.
Yeah,
which,
I feel
sets it
like
apart.
he's doing a little bit different stuff in this. And that's what I wanted to see from this. I wanted to see development. I wanted to see iteration on the ideas that he'd done before, and I feel like we've definitely seen at least a little bit of that here.
Also, I wrote down that near the end of the song, there's a 30-second solo that's super restrained, but it's like the best solo I think I've heard from him so far.
No, for sure.
Because it's just like a cool, really melodic. It reminded me a little bit almost of Andy LaRocque because it was like actually restrained and interesting at times. And I was like, oh, okay. And then it ended. And I'm like, that was perfect. You didn't overdo it this time, Buckethead, like you almost always do.
Totally. He almost always does. So I feel like this one sounded to me a lot like the soundtrack for a Quake-like game in the late 90s.
Interesting.
Okay,
so yeah, there was a lot of like electronic elements that did feel very 90s to me. And so for that reason, I actually thought it would be a great soundtrack to like a film produced by UFC.
Okay, sure. Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Why? Yeah.
I could see some bros broing down and doing beatdowns.
I could definitely see someone walking towards a camera away from an explosion while music from this album plays.
Yeah, totally agree.
Absolutely.
Totally agree.
Album 2 from this week.
The Snow Rabbit.
Album 8, The Snow Rabbit. Mm-hmm. Wait, no, that's not the eighth one. The eighth one is Rax.
Oh shit.
The Snow Rabbit is a song on that album. I'm pretty sure.
Oh shit. Oh wow. Okay.
Hold on. Let's figure it out.
Yeah, you're right.
So Rax,
you're right. No.
The Snow Rabbit is the title, the first track.
Yeah, right.
So you're good. You're good. You listened to the right thing. It's hard. It's hard, right? Like now you understand why I fucked it up before. It's difficult.
Okay. We're good.
We're good though.
Okay.
We're good.
Rax.
So Rax is a record. It starts with a fuzz pedal. This is the first time we've heard Buckethead play through a fuzz pedal. I just want to talk about that for a second.
No, he's played bass through a fuzz pedal before several times.
This is the first time I've heard guitar, specifically a guitar solo or a lead part run through a fuzz pedal.
Fair.
And
he has done it doubling with bass a few times, but I don't think he's ever like started just with a fuzz pedal and nothing else.
Yes.
Like I get you.
So he does this a couple times in this record, and like I thought that was kind of interesting. It was a little bit different. I feel like this album is weirder than most of his albums so far.
It is. and you know what actually I think really sets it apart?
What's that?
Is he actually pans the guitar and bass on several songs in this.
I don't even
including the first
that.
one. The Snow Rabbit, like guitar is panned almost entirely to the left and bass is panned almost entirely to the right. And he doubles a lot of the stuff, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Other songs, track 7, Spider Wall.
Oh, I do remember that. It starts with that really weird guitar part, and I was like,
it's all tapping. It's just two guitars, and he's doing super weird tapping patterns.
Like it's run through a clean amp, and it sounds really cool. It's like a really cool riff. I was like, whoa, this is weird. This is really interesting. Like, what is going on? I liked that song, and I really liked the last song on the. I think it's the last song on the album. It's called The Patrolman. Bro,
yeah, really good.
What a banger! Yeah. Like that is the first like legitimate banger I feel like I've heard in this stuff. Like I really like that song.
I think it's pretty all right. But 6 minutes of the 7.5 minute song are a solo.
But it's like a really like it's a very tame solo. It's like very like
so a song melodic. That I think hits the mark that the Patrolman's trying to make in a much better way is track 8, Coffin for a Penny.
Okay.
It's just really nice, super dynamic, very melodic, chordal, like with a nice lead, and that's it. It's like not too much, and it's not a 6 minute solo.
Sure.
And, yeah,
but I feel like as far as 6 minute
solos
go, this one was a pretty tame one. I don't feel like I still feel like the shredding is relatively restrained. There's one song on this album, I actually didn't write it down, but there's one song on this album where there's a lot of wheedly wheelies, and I didn't really like that song. But that I liked The Patrolman. I thought it was a really good use of melody. And like there were notable moments. One of the notes that I said here, I tried to spin it into something, but I don't remember what I was thinking when I wrote this. But I just wrote notable moments of whimsy, and like, and I agree. Like, I think I know what I mean by that. Like, it just felt a little whimsical. Like he was playing.
It was,
you know.
So there was a lot of like really melodic stuff on here, like track 3, Ashbury Park Boardwalk.
I like that one a lot too. Yeah, I screenshotted that one. I really liked it. It was a good song.
Sunbursts was like really melodic, but it was super driving at the same time. It had a really driving like drum part. Chamber of Slunks wasn't super melodic or anything.
It was an interesting song. So
a really cool thing that he did is in that song, he actually doubled almost the entire guitar riff on the first part with the bass, which he hasn't really done before.
Yeah.
He hasn't actually like explored the bass and actually done anything technical on the bass.
He plays a pretty technical bass part. Yeah. I did notice that.
It's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it.
I liked it too.
But then honestly, like the real standout on here, the one I think you were talking about, which was just like a solo that was just, was track 9, Formahat, which was just a lot of twirly solo stuff that I was just like, meh. The real standout track on here though for me was Spiderwall. Spiderwall was really so fucking cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it like starts out with this cool like panned tapping part on 2 guitars, finishes with a panned harmonics part on 2 guitars. It's like melodic but also like has a lot of dissonance, and it's just fucking really nice.
I agree to a certain extent, in the sense that like I did really like that song. Like that was one of my top songs of this last kind of batch, but I still got to go with The Patrolman. That's my favorite one on this record.
And like as a guitarist, I could see that
it was just like a really, I don't know, it was Buckethead playing to his strengths. Like he wrote a really like melodic backing track. It's a great use of melody. It has a great progression in it. It doesn't feel too long, even though it is long. And I don't know, I dug it. I thought that was I wouldn't want to hear an album of him just doing that, but I feel like in the context of this album, like it really it made a lot of sense to me. And so overall, this movie, I'm high. Anyways, cool. This record felt like, to me, like the soundtrack to an indie movie about monster trucks.
Interesting. Okay. And like, I get that if it was more aggressive, but like, honestly, there was a lot of like really soft, melodic, like powerful, inspiring material on here. So because of that, I'm going to say, I think it was the soundtrack to maybe like a rock climbing documentary.
Oh, that's interesting.
Or perhaps a Patagonia ad.
Okay. Or what about Land's End? There you go.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh yeah, or maybe if there's like a company that makes like those MRE meals, you know, that you like take camping. Sure. Like if they had an infomercial for that, it's like, this is the fucking soundtrack.
Yeah, that's heavy, dude. I like that.
Yeah. All right, on to March of the Slunks, number 9.
Number 9. We're up to 9. I love that. That's great.
9. Yeah,
18 is actually 9. I've been told that.
It's stuck in his mind.
March of the Slunks.
No one listening will get that, because guess what? No one's listening.
I like that.
So
that's the name of this episode. Guess what? No one's listening. Calling it right now. Okay.
So March of the Slunks.
Yeah, totally. I thought it was,
9.
again, diverse. That feels to be the theme of these 3. Like, they were all pretty diverse. This one was pretty diverse. I liked the first track a lot. My goodness, that song is really good. There's like some legitimate
Milligan's Maze, really? I thought it was just it was riffy.
Yeah,
it's got some good riffs. It's got some good riffs for sure.
So like that's why I liked it.
But it's just riffs, pretty much, which is fine.
And that's fine.
And I actually said it was a return to form, because it felt like maybe like one of the first 3 or 4 albums.
It did. Cool. It did feel like the first album. I thought it felt like the first Pike a little bit, but there were some cool riffs in it, and like I really liked those riffs. I thought it was enjoyable. It was short, like to the point. Again, really punchy drums in this record, like really, really punchy drums.
Yeah,
and like,
the drums were much better than the last record or the second half of Shores of Molokai.
I agree. So yeah, I like that first track. The first half, to me, honestly, felt pretty good. The latter half lost me a little bit, but it's it's interesting. There's some weird shit in there.
I don't know. I thought the second half was way better than the first half of this album.
Interesting.
Tell me why. Go ahead and
I want to know.
Totally disagree with you. I want to
know.
So okay, I'll just go. So this album has 11 tracks. So I'll just go from track 6.
Okay.
All right. So track 6 is good. It's called Thud.
Okay.
And it's thuddy and chuggy. It's almost like he wrote the song name and then like wrote a song around it. And so like it's good. It's kind of just like a really kind of slow speed metal song, though, if that makes any sense. Like the build up to the build up to like a fast speed metal riff almost. After that you got Satellite Invaders, track 7. And in this, I actually noticed he really starts to actually use the bass a lot more, especially in these last 2 albums. Like Buckethead is actually utilizing the bass more in the just he
does a lot of that.
He does, but then it's either that or playing root notes. Sure. But now he's actually like playing like melodies behind his stuff.
I did
which
notice that as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, actually, there's quite a few moments of that.
Yeah, and actually, like, you know, it feels pretty spacey. And actually, this whole album feels pretty spacey. And there's a couple, like, space-themed kind of, or sci-fi themed song titles.
Interesting.
Like Satellite Invaders, The Robot Who Lost His Head, Happy Landing could be interpreted the same way. But yeah, so Satellite Invaders is good. Then you have the other...
go ahead. I was just going to say, I felt like the guitars were mostly tasteful in this one. Not I don't know about as tasteful as the other 2 that we listened to, but they were mostly tasteful, and I like that. I like it when he's more tasteful with the guitars. I feel like
me too.
I feel like
I don't want him to solo that often. To be honest. Maybe a couple times an album.
I actually legitimately like some of his riffs a lot. Like I feel like
he has some cool fucking riffs.
I feel like when he focuses on the riffing as opposed to like the leads, his music is more enjoyable to listen to, like just overall.
At least metal and funk wise. Yeah. Like when it comes to like his more melodic stuff, like sometimes the lead stuff.
Yeah, like I mean, I really liked The Patrolman, and like that's a perfect example of him just being melodic. And but in this album, I feel like the parts where he just wrote cool riffs, and like there are definitely cool riffs on this one, like there are in all of these, you know. But like definitely some really interesting guitar playing. There are a couple of moments where there's like a lot of like he's doing like cool like stutter effects and stuff that like actually sound musical.
I am honestly so tired of the stutter effects.
Interesting.
Okay. He overutilizes them. He uses them every other song pretty much, and I'm just like, honestly, I was tired of it by the second podcast. I'm like, all right, guy, like I get that you have this thing that you do, and I get that's your thing, but I don't need to. But at the same time, I committed to listening to like 300 albums of this. So
it's 283, bro. Okay.
I actually believe it's 285 now because he released some in the last month or two. I believe he did.
Where's our bucket news? Like you're supposed to show me the bucket news. Like you didn't.
No, I have bucket facts. You have bucket news. You failed.
Fuck. All right, fine.
Well, no one was assigned bucket news. We don't have a bucket journalist. All right.
A head journalist. A buckethead journalist.
I'm on my way to the liquor store. Gonna die our score. But it doesn't even matter, I've got nothing left. So survival is an insect and it's life or death. Now what wouldn't even matter if I hashed my plan? What wouldn't even matter if I killed that man? What would and what should are never fucking the same, because you cannot control what you can't understand.
Okay, so let me read you my notes, okay? When I was listening to this album, I wrote 2 things about what I thought it sounded like. I said, parts of this sound like having a bad trip at a carnival. And then I said, other parts of this sound like being sad at a boat race.
Yeah.
I guess. I think I know what that means. I feel like looking at sailboats in the rain, because you're like, that's not gonna work so well with the sail, you know. Feels bad.
Oh, okay. So here's the deal. Since we started this podcast, he has released 2 more kind of Pikes. They're not really Pikes though.
They're not branded as Pikes.
Well, they are, but they aren't. So they're Pike. Oh God, I don't know how to explain this. They're remix albums of his Pikes.
What?
So they're remix albums of Pikes 21 and 22, Spiral Trackway, and Sphere Facade. So
whoa.
I don't know if
Damn.
we have. I don't know if we should include that on the Spiral track on that episode with 21 and 22.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Wait. No, because one episode will have 21. That'll be the 6th episode, and then the 7th episode will have 22. So I guess we'll have to.
I think we should
maybe listen to them then.
Okay. Well,
should we listen to the remixes with them? I don't know. I think we should. I think we should.
That's gonna keep them the freshest in our brain. You know, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. That's good to know.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think this album sounded like? What does it sound like?
Oh man, this album, like, you know, it had a lot of like sci-fi themed stuff, and there was a lot of like spacey tones to it. And I noticed he used a good bit of keyboard in this one, and some of the stuff was actually more keyboard based, like song 9, Ghost Coop.
Oh yeah. That was one that I wrote down too. That was a weird one.
It had like some super old keyboard sound. It sounded like an old Korg sampler or something, like something I played with when I was a kid.
Yeah,
it sounded like, old and cheap, and it was dope. I really liked it.
It sounds really 90s, man. Like a lot of his stuff has, like, for whatever reason, like I'm trying to pin it down. Like, what is it about?
It's probably because he has a lot of
90s
equipment still, because like that's when he like became a professional musician. So his setup is probably super 90s.
I don't know, man. Like this music definitely like it sounds very DAW driven, you know, and it's like so.
But
I don't know.
But at the same time, you know, like, Buckethead is just like Sonic Mayhem with more natural.
You can't reference
talents.
Sonic Mayhem. Literally, no one knows who Sonic Mayhem is.
I mean, to explain Sonic Mayhem is going to take another entire podcast, so maybe we should take that out. Unless you got the time for me to explain Sonic Mayhem for the next half fucking hour, because any less than 30 minutes will not do Sonic Mayhem justice. Chris Veagley deserves 30 minutes of your undivided attention.
Bro. Yeah, you're right. You
know what? Leave that in.
Okay.
I'm going to do an addendum podcast that's going to be like half an hour of me just ranting about Sonic Mayhem.
Dude, I got to be there. I have words about Sonic Mayhem.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can do that, okay?
Okay.
But leave that in. We're going to do an addendum podcast. We're going to do a special edition, our first special edition, explaining Sonic Mayhem to people, because I feel like, honestly, our opinion on Buckethead has been highly informed by our relationship with Sonic Mayhem.
You're not wrong.
Because, like,
extremely so, honestly.
Sonic Mayhem, I respect Buckethead. He's immensely talented, but he's obviously somewhere on some spectrum, right?
You think? I mean, maybe. Like, yeah. I think it could go either way, honestly. Like, so I think that Buckethead, I do think that he's like an older, you know, rock musician type guy. I think that he's probably, it wouldn't surprise me if he was active under some kind of pseudonym on Facebook groups about guitar and shit.
I actually wanted to talk about this. I think we should add a new segment.
Okay, hit me.
Called "Who is Buckethead?"
Oh, I like this. I like this very much. I have speculation.
Who Buckethead could be. Like, and each of us each time comes up with a person, and we give our evidence. Even though we know it's probably bullshit, because Buckethead is someone who no one knows. Like,
this is true.
His name is Brian. That's all anyone knows.
Yes, this is true. All right, I'm into that. I want to believe. We
can start that next time. Yeah, we can start that next time.
I need to make a shirt that has just Buckethead's face on it, and it just says "I want to believe."
I can make that. I can draw that graphic for you, dog.
Let's do that. That's wonderful.
I can make his hair say "I want to believe."
That's beautiful. Yeah. Wow. Pretty interesting stuff. Ghost Coop was a weird one. I definitely noticed that. I was like, that's a weird song. Cool.
Yeah, but I feel like this would be a great soundtrack to a sci-fi thriller produced by Hulu.
So like the Blumhouse shit.
Yeah.
That's the
like,
production company that makes all of their shit. They're
very Hulu.
Very
okay.
like
very like just better than UPN.
Oh yeah.
But just better than UPN.
Yeah. So like the Hulu horror movies, I would say like they're like just better than bad. Just a little bit better than bad.
No,
like,
I've watched a couple of them like
yeah. So I watched one of them about a dog, like a killer dog, and it was like
cool.
I don't remember what it was called, but it starred the girl who voices Cheryl in Archer, and she's also in she's in Arrested Development. She plays Kitty in Arrested Development. Do you remember her? She was like fucking George Sr. I don't know.
Yeah, Kitty. Oh, she was great.
So,
who got the boob job?
Yeah. So she's the star of this movie.
No, she's great.
Yeah, and she is great. I actually love her, and so when I saw that she was in it, I was like, okay, I'll give this a shot. And like, it's fine. I would say it's fine. It's not good. It's not bad. It's kind of bad, but it's fine. It's like it's somewhat trashy, but it's whatever. It's just not particularly good, you know. And I feel that way about a lot of the Hulu movies.
Yeah, I feel that. Like Hulu is I don't know why I still pay for it.
Yeah, I honestly, pay them. I've been paying them for a while.
I can't tell you the last time I actually went on Hulu. I've watched like maybe half a dozen Hulu movies in the last year, but that was on accident because I torrented them and saw Hulu Studios as I started up the movie. I'm like, I paid for this. Oh, whatever.
Dude, isn't that like
so
the fucking... Isn't that the most cuck ass bullshit when you fucking pirate something and then
you already paid
and you're already paying for the service it's on, where you can stream it in higher definition for free without wasting your bandwidth. You're like, wow, I just fucking cucked myself. Thanks, fucking BitTorrent.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Nah, it's not BitTorrent's fault. It's you.
Shut up. I'm not here for criticism.
I was just saying. Oh man.
Yes.
Man.
It definitely do be like that, you know.
It do. Can I tell you a joke that I wrote?
Please, you wrote this joke. Tell me where you wrote this joke and when.
I wrote this on the notepad at the end of my notes because I thought of it right after I finished the last album.
Okay.
I don't know why I thought of it, but I think it's pretty bad. You ready?
I'm really ready.
Oh man, you know what really pisses me off is the glove box car.
Okay.
Like it's not a glove box, right? It's an insurance and registration box, very fucking specifically. Like,
you never filled your glove box filled with bullshit?
Yeah, I've filled my glove box with bullshit, but it's always the only thing that's always in there is my insurance and registration, right?
All right.
But the one thing that's never in there is gloves, right? Because if I put my fucking wet or icy ass fucking gloves, which is the only time I wear gloves, is when it's shitty out.
Yeah.
And so they're gonna be fucking fucked in like wet and icy and bullshit. If I put them in my glove box. They're gonna fucking ruin my like registration and insurance card, right? Yeah. So no one keeps fucking gloves in their glove box. So if you're looking for gloves in a glove box, you're looking for gloves in all the wrong places.
was waiting for it. I was like, where's the joke? Is it gonna happen? It happened. You threw it at me. All right. This is good.
Thank you.
Awesome.
No, not really.
Recommend me something.
God, what
I didn't check out anything you recommended me in the last couple episodes.
Have you started a new season of Fargo? Because that shit's awesome.
Nah, I haven't. I gotta catch up on that. I fell off that on the second season.
Oh, so good, dude.
Yeah, it seemed like very well made. I was just like, I don't know.
Let's see here. Holy shit. 1989's Robot Jocks. Have you seen that shit?
No, I'm here for it.
Oh my
though.
God. Okay, so are you ready for like the craziest synopsis ever?
Please.
So I'm just going to say this from memory. So in the future, war has been outlawed. And so like nation states create their own teams that have robot battles, one-on-one robot battles. And the winner of those battles gets to like gain territory. And so that's how like they do war and like gain like territory in the future.
But who controls the robots, bro?
Individual people. And so you just got like rock stars who are all committed to doing 10 matches in their life to Robot Jocks. And it's fucking awesome.
It's so good, dog. Wow, 1989? That's a perfect year for that movie.
It's the best.
Perfect year.
It has I believe it has a sequel called Robot Warriors, made a few years later. 93, Robot Warriors. Absolutely fantastic.
Did you see Robot Warriors?
I have not yet.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna watch Robot Jocks. We gotta watch Robot Warriors together. That'd be sick.
Dude, let's do it.
I'm into it. All right.
Word. All right.
Well, I've been what I've been doing. I don't know what I've been doing. I've been like kicking it. Been playing guitar a little bit. I recommend playing guitar. That's a pretty fun thing to do.
Yeah.
I've been playing bass too. I like playing bass a lot as well. Yeah. I recommend playing bass.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So this is something that I did. I installed a mirror in my bathroom because although I've been living in this apartment for 2.5 years, I've never had a mirror in my bathroom.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, if you ever need to know, you are ugly. So.
Thank you. I mean, that's what I assumed. So I was like, why would I even bother?
You can just ask, man. I'm here for you, dog.
So.
Oh wait, how did you get your mustache? How did you shave your mustache without a mirror?
So I have a mirror mounted next to my bed for reasons, and I've been using that. You shave your
mustache in bed?
Unfortunately.
Okay.
It hasn't been ideal. Like I'm not saying this is great.
No, that's the opposite of ideal. You shouldn't shave your mustache in bed.
Well, I put like a little thing down, to collect the fur.
Oh, you have a mustache bib.
It's not a bib. It's like a towel.
So this is a bib for your bed. It's a bed bib.
Beard bib, actually.
Yeah. Bed beard bib.
Yeah.
We can go with that.
Yeah, totally. So I mounted this mirror in my bathroom. It's wild. It's been a long time.
I can see me.
It's weird to see myself when I brush my teeth, honestly.
Whoa! Who are you, partner? Who's that fellow with the clean teeth?
I feel like a cat who's like seeing itself in the mirror for the first time. I'm like, oh, hello. Who are you?
Well, I mean, with those big whiskers, you look like a cat. A cat scratch fever, Ted Nugent, that is.
Bro, do you remember when we went and saw him in Alaska? When we were 17?
I didn't see him with you.
Yeah, you were totally there.
I've never seen Ted Nugent live.
You were definitely there.
I have not seen Ted Nugent live. You're told me about him.
No, you're forgetting this. You were there.
No, I never saw Ted Nugent live. I wish I saw Ted Nugent live.
Yeah, he said the N-word on stage.
I know. You told me.
It was dark.
But I wasn't there. And I wish I was to know more about Ted Nugent's evilness.
Yeah, that would have been like 2006, maybe? 2005. Yeah. No, that was 2006.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would explain why you weren't there. We weren't friends.
Oh yeah,
we were,
but
you got kicked out of the band.
Yeah, that's when like we were only friends because I sold you weed.
Well, no, that's not true. Like you and I were still friends, but like you and Chris and Justin were weird.
No,
at the time.
I was still cool with Chris and Justin because I stole weed.
That all got resolved so quickly. It doesn't
Because I sold everyone weed.
You love to weed it.
Yeah, you love to deal it.
Do you?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I feel that.
Man.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up and then get ready for our Sonic Mayhem Addendum podcast, which we are gonna record right now.
Okay, I'm fine.
So, anywho,
this has been Britt.
Yeah, and this has been fucking Spencer. You're listening to Getting Head, a Bucketcast.
Stay greasy, Bucketheads.
Namaste.